Okay, everybody, here we go. It is me, Gregory Mannarino, post market report on this. I'm laughing. I gotta stop laughing, man. I'm telling you, I really do gotta stop laughing. Wednesday, May 17, 2023. So McCarthy folds, caves, surrenders, whatever you want to talk about, however you want to word it. And the mummy itself has obviously won here. Here's my take on what happened here. All right, this was getting dragged out pretty long. All the warnings from Janet Yellen and Powell and everybody else. McCarthy got his orders. Okay, he got his orders directly from his boss, which is way over, obviously, freaking the mummy man Biden, who's a boss of nothing. You understand? So McCarthy, I guess, had no choice. Of course, they have a choice here. They could tell us the truth. But the fact of the matter is, what happened here, obviously, on the back of McCarthy folding, you got a relief rally here in the stock market. Thank you, Mitch. And a lot of short covering. So basically, we erased yesterday's losses and then some here. Okay, whatever. We'll see how this plays out. Is it going to be a sell the news moment? I really don't know anymore. You got the 10-year yield continuing to rise. That's a red flag. You got the relative strength of the dollar higher today. Okay, on the back of the fact that we are now going to borrow into oblivion, literally into freaking oblivion, people. Do you know what this means? Again, look, now that it's not written in stone, but it is written in stone here, okay, on the caving of McCarthy. And this is why people despise politics. And I'm going to tell you what this just did. It's a lock that there will be another Democrat in office. More than likely, the freak sitting there again right now. It's more than likely the truth here. Anyway, like it matters anyway. They've already chosen the new president. You know that. And if you believe for a nanosecond, whoever they're going to put there is going to benefit you, I'll laugh some more. You clearly don't know what's going on. But anyway, yes, exactly. Burr. So what's going to happen here, people, clearly is we're going to promise to borrow untold amounts of more debt into existence. Guess who's going to front it all? Well, the Federal Reserve, quite obviously. And then, of course, we owe it back. Plus interest that they create out of nothing here. This will keep the Federal Reserve propped up, higher up on that pyramid, more strength, more power, more influence. And that's the way it's going to go. But who's going to pay for it? Again, we're going to borrow more. Who knows how many more trillions of dollars more? Tell me again how this is not inflationary. How about it is, okay? Massively inflationary. And we got a warning today. How about this one here? So the International Mafia Fund, the IMF Monetary Fund here, they're warning. Are you ready for the word they used? Warns of a sizable upside to worldwide or global inflation. Sizable upside. Duh. Can I please get a duh? Anybody want to give me a duh here? Thank you. I need one. And what do we find out today? Without the IMF, all right, you and I already knew this, all right, but the Eurozone inflation is outpacing what everyone thought it would, except you and I. My Eurozone friends, my heart goes out to all of you. Did those of you who follow this blog check the comments from my morning's video? People are talking about over 100% inflation with regard to food prices wherever they are in the freaking world here. Although some things have come down, but in aggregate, over 100%. But again, they don't want you to know that. Strip out food, strip out energy, and everything just looks fine. They can twist this whole thing into whatever they want. You all know that. It's completely insane. So I'm just writing some stuff down here. So the debt market to skyrocket to heights where nobody can even conceive possible on the back of it's not going to stop until it does. And this is part of the mechanism here. You understand? It's just so freaking sick. What do you think about this warning here from the Mafia Fund, the International Mafia Fund? Sizable upside to inflation. Sizable upside. Oh, you mean, wait a minute. It wasn't transitory or temporary? No. Make it up. Make it up, people. Make this up. So Anyway, let's just sit back and see how this is going to play out. With regard to my own position against the S&P 500, I'm net long here. I just sent out literally right before this video a piece in my free newsletter, free to you, free to everybody, about that position, how I'm going to play that, how I have played it. Link in the description of this lovely video here. So with that, let's just again recap this market. So this was a relief rally on the back of Biden winning in a big way, no doubt about it. McCarthy caved, and we know where this is going to go. Period. Okay. I'm disappointed. I'm not going to lie, because I really felt like we had an opportunity here, but we have nobody with guts. We have nobody here that works for you and I. Okay, we have no representation at all, zero. Again, we had an opportunity, in my opinion, to take down the system here. But let me explain this too. Somebody brought up a really good point. We would need not only a default on the debt, which we would all have to suffer some significant pain from it. We would need a revolution to back that up here, to make sure we dismantled the Federal Reserve. Again, the Federal Reserve can't survive. If in fact we would have defaulted, okay, the Federal Reserve, all of a sudden, the nanosecond that happened, the clock starts to tick, 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 tick on the Federal Reserve, which would start a domino effect and would have wiped out all the central banks around the world. This is the truth, okay? You want to take down a central bank, you start off with one. You prevent it from issuing $1 of more debt, but now we're going to promise to borrow even more trillions of dollars into the now. So this will make the Fed stronger. But if, in fact, we had real leadership, if, in fact, we had a backbone, and if, in fact, we could start a revolution here and we could dismantle the central banks, which we would have had an opportunity had we defaulted on the debt, the clock started to tick on the Fed. Okay. If this would have went on for a couple of weeks, the Federal Reserve would be done. Absolutely done. Because again, it doesn't take much to take down a central bank. Just one thing: prevent them from issuing $1. $1 in the case of the Federal Reserve of debt. Just one. That's it. Debt. That would be, we could have taken down the system and taken it back. But again, it was a good point. Someone brought this up. I'm sorry, I forgot your name, Mom. That we need a backbone. We need to suffer a little bit. It's a war. We're in a war already, and we're losing that war. You realize that we're losing the war? We can't win without some kind of representation, and we're not going to have any, no matter who they put chosen behind the resolute desk. Ain't helping you, ain't helping me. You understand? That's what it's all about. It's an insane kind of a situation here, people. It really, really is. That's kind of where we stand. I mean, the big thing was this McCarthy Biden thing, obviously, and this warning, I guess, from the IMF. But it's stupid because we already know that sizable upside, sizable. They love these kind of words, don't they? It's crazy here. Anyway, people. We had the 10-year yield rise, dollar gets stronger today. Bitcoin and cryptos turned around pretty good. Gold and silver finishing roughly at the flat line. Crude oil on the back of this. Did you see what crude oil did today? Almost 3% higher on crude oil. Lovely. Imagine my shock here. Imagine your shock. Everything is just perfect now because we are going to vastly, vastly, vastly inflate the debt even more. And again, tell me who's going to pay for this? Oh, yeah, you are. So am I. And inflation, don't take my word for it. Listen to the International Mafia Fund. Yeah, they're telling you it's going to be sizable. Really? Sizable. People are telling me, man, it's out of control. Out of control. We got to do something with this number here. You're trying to tell me I can only get 363 thumbs up with almost 1,200 people here? Come on, everybody. Let's do something here. Yeah, exactly. We are clearly marching into Fed now and the central. This is it. I mean, not that we really had a choice to get away from this, but this is part of the system. They got to continue to make people dependent on it, inflate the debt even more, then bring the system to its knees and issue in their new system here. You know that already. We lose. Yeah, JEPQ. Okay, I've covered this before. JEPQ is a good spot to be in as well. I like JEPI better because it's going to be less volatile, in my opinion. I own a lot of this stuff. I'm going to keep buying. I'm looking for opportunities to buy more. If JEPI drops, I will load up the truck and buy more of this stuff. There's no doubt about it here. Jerome Powell talking about the MMI as a crash indicator. Okay, maybe to you, Jerome. But it's definitely not. And I know that Jerome is joking around with us, and that's cool. It's cool. CUDA Market Watch. Yeah, the CUDA. The CUDA is awesome. It's just sitting in there. It's just waiting for me. And I'm actually waiting for some parts. I'm going to change the plugs in the motor. They're too cold. They're loading up. I got to swap them out. I want to check the valve lash on it too. A couple of things. Are brokerages safe? Well, look, define safe. Everything has risk. Thank you, Petro here. The banks, did you see what happened to the regional banks today? Boom! On the back of, hey, we're going to inflate even more. Tell me again. I know I heard this before, but maybe some of you can tell me about this. Maybe remind me. Where does the power of a central bank reside? Its one and only power? Oh, yeah, that's right. Its ability to inflate. And McCarthy and Biden, all part of the same thing. You think there's really two parties here? Do you honestly think that? I know you don't. It's all one party. It's all a distraction mechanism here. Get these people to hate these people. They work together here, obviously. They got, this is a freak show on an unprecedented scale. But this is nothing that you and I don't already know here. But it's lovely to see. And fantastic and perfect and beautiful. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me because we got each other. I don't give a damn about anything else. John, thank you. You like the ghoul? John likes the ghoul. Hey, look, dude. They say that there's somebody for everyone. Maybe she could use a little loving. Give her a call. I would, I'm sure you can get in touch with her and everything like that. I'd love to help out, but maybe you could deal with this one on your own here. Yeah, it's the truth. Lava Girl's here. Lava Girl, I missed you the other day. Geo Rider, Magic Mika. Oh, Lord, I love all these people. Loretta is my ghoul friend. That's good. The ghoul is beautiful on the inside. Says Jerome Powell. Mitch, thank you. Jerome, I don't think so, bro. I don't think any of you freaks that dwell within the halls of the Federal Reserve I think you're hollowed out on the inside, honestly. I think there's, you don't have any bit of a human element. That's why I say they're not human. I mean, look, they're definitely against us all here. It's pretty clear. Again, when do you think we're going to have a revolution or something? How about we're not? Again, there's too many people dependent on the system, and it's going to get even worse here. XRP did well today. I'm talking to Chuck here. He's saying it's toast. All right, I'm waiting for that moment in time. You have a time frame on this over there, Chuck, when it's going to go to toast? I personally don't think so, but that's just my opinion. What do I know? Gabagool. Yes, gabagools and sociopaths, and they're all a bunch of freaks. Anyway, look, Tim Jones, false breakout today. Look, like I said earlier, I think this was a relief rally sparked off of McCarthy folding to the thing, Biden, and a lot of short covering. Well, we need to see if this has legs here. Does this mean, look, in order for this to have legs, a couple of things have to happen here. We need to see the 10-year yield come down. We're seeing the action here of the 10-year yield rising as of late here. So it remains to be seen as to where this is going to go. We could easily give this back tomorrow. Who knows? Maybe they'll put on 1,000 points. I don't know. All right. We are literally where no man has gone before here. But today, to me, could a relief rally last 2 days? Absolutely, it could last 2 days here. But that's all this was to me. It was as soon as the news came out. As a matter of fact, before it came out, you started to see the market getting bid higher. And then all of a sudden, when it was announced that they're going to come, it looks like they're going to come to the Confederacy of Dunces are going to come to some meeting here. And it's going to really, let me ask you this. How does this benefit you or me in the long run? Because I want to know here, how does vastly increasing the debt, which again, right now, just to service the debt, we're paying as much to service the debt as to finance the U.S. military budget here. Okay. How does this help you or me? Because we're going to pay for it through more inflation. So either way, there would have been pain here. All right. If there were default and an actual default where we said we're just done, we, the American people, have spoken. We don't want to do this anymore. But again, it can't happen. We have no representation here, none. People, we got to hit 800 thumbs up. I'm at 622. I will be unhappy a little bit if we don't hit 800 thumbs up here, okay? Before we get out of here. This is spiritual. Call it whatever you want. It is what it is here. Pray for it, okay? Fight the evil. Evil has no power, okay? Just so you know. But that's just me. Robert, thank you, Robert. I appreciate this. Thank you, Tide Pod. Wow, look at all this. Anyway, yeah, the resistance. I love that. Yeah, look, we're almost 800. Thank you, people. The Ghoul sells Bud beer. I didn't know about that, but what would I? I don't know. Maybe they do. All right, people. Look, I think we're gonna call this video here. We've done it. Let's just sit back here and just see where this freaking thing goes here. It's not going to end well. We already know that. We're not changing a damn thing. What are we going to do? If you and I are even more clear today than we were yesterday that you need to bet against this debt, become your own central bank. People, that's my favorite asset in the world. Mitch, thanks again. But I mean, come on. They're not done. They're not done at all. This thing is going to go on and just balloon again beyond anyone's wildest dreams. It can't stop. They're gonna drive all of us into the ground like a freaking pile driver. You understand? And with regard to the financial system, forget about it. It's just done. And they know it's done here. Henceforth, why things are going on the way that they are. It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop until everyone's head spins around like the freaking exorcist, those people that aren't prepared for what's coming. And that's going to be that. It's just the whole system stinks. Yeah, the whole system does stink. And it's completely rigged against all of us. We all know that. It's out of control, people. What can I tell you? It's crazy what's happening here. And I'm sure a lot of people are going to be happy about this, but I'm not. I was really, look, I was holding out a little bit. Yeah, you're gonna need a chiropractor after the Hessman. I was really hoping we would get a default that this McCarthy would have a backbone at all and would have told Biden to shove it as deep as he could in his gabagool. You know what I'm talking about? And I mean shove it hard and deep in there, but maybe Biden would like it. I bet you that's all the biggest thrill the man could probably ever get these days here. But we got no backbone. We got no representation. We don't have people who are willing to sacrifice a damn thing. They just want to, continue on their merry way and that's it, and give up their freedoms and their liberties for slavery. That's all this is, a slave system. You all know that. All right, people, that's going to be it. I'm going to call it. Love all of you. I can't thank you enough for being here, all of you. Every day we do this. We go through this here, and it's just lovely and fantastic. Anyway, people, with that said, I'm going to check out. I will see you in the morning, and we will readdress this whole thing, okay? That's it. Those thumbs up, people, are so important. We broke the 800. Thank you for that. Share the video, and I want to hear from you. What do you think about this warning from the IMF about a sizable inflation like we didn't know that? What do you think about McCarthy caving and Biden spraying his shorts all over? But I think he got his orders. I think McCarthy got an order and said, you'll do it, or you're going to end up you won't be above ground too long or something along those lines. You know what I'm saying? All right, people. I'm out here. Love you a lot. See you tomorrow.